Update. I discovered that my boyfriend is cheating after buying him an expensive Christmas gift. Original post. I, female 25, discovered that my ex-boyfriend, male 26, had been cheating on me for 5 months. I was really devastated and felt a lot of rage inside me, especially after buying him a new PlayStation 5, since he wanted one but couldn't afford it. I was saving up a lot of money to buy him the console with some games. We've been dating for 3 years and living together for 1.5 years. I immediately kicked him out after his side girl messaged me apologizing, not knowing that he had a girlfriend. I didn't believe her because I trusted my boyfriend a lot, but she came with the receipts. There were a lot of messages where he flirted with her and sent spicy photos. I was disgusted, really disgusted. The worst part is when I confronted him, he didn't even try to deny it and called me boring. He insulted me a lot, saying I was no fun and deserves better. I was really enraged, and for the first time, I slapped him. He was shocked, so was I, because I was never violent with him and always tried to solve things quietly, but it made my blood boil. I started screaming at him that he doesn't do anything around here and never paid rent, because he's a lazy, jobless piece of trash who can't even bother looking for a decent job. And at one point, I mentioned how he will never get the PS5 that I bought, and will return it soon to the store. He looked like a deer in headlights. That bastard, he immediately changed his attitude and acted sorry, started apologizing and crying, saying he never meant to cheat and promised he would make it up to me. He's a disgusting pig. He never cared for my feelings. He only cared when I mentioned something he wanted. Such hypocrisy. I wasted no time and kicked him out. He's still sending me a lot of texts filled with apologies, and even an ugly photo of him crying. I told him to not waste his time because he won't get the PS5. We're done. Then I blocked him. I won't take the PS5. I already have one. But I remember that my parents were planning on buying it for my little brother. The plan was going to be them buying the PS5, and I will buy the games for it with an extra PS Store gift card. But looks like I will give my parents a call and tell them there's a change in our plans for my brother's gift. Now for the top advice before reading the update. Let me guess, when you previously asked him to get a job and contribute to the household, he called you a gold digger. Good for you for not taking his gaslighting and BS any longer. I'm sure you've figured out by now that he was never going to contribute and intended to use you for a free ride while he had his fun. You are so well rid of him. Best Christmas gift you could give yourself. He actually called me controlling. We fought a lot about it, but this was my first time showing a serious reaction to it. Ah yes, because the classic controlling partner's move is to get them out of the house, financially independent and meeting new people. It's definitely not controlling to move into your partner's house and demand they support you though. Of course not. Good on you for not falling for his BS. Had you kept him and given him the PS5, he would likely continue to love bomb as a thank you for the game system. However, once he feels you are comfortable again, he'd have just gone back to his old cheating ways and not do a thing to help you and then gaslight you, blaming you for being boring and whatever else he can come up with to make you feel bad. Thankfully, everything happened before it was too late. Your little brother is gonna be so excited though. Yup. Make some photos of your brother while he enjoys playing the PS5 and rub it under that piece of crap's nose. Make him cry a bit more. I'm happy for you that you got rid of that loser. You deserve much better, and for the next one, stand up for yourself. I would, but sadly my parents won't agree to reveal my brother to the internet. They have a point, because what people can do with technology and AI these days is scary. Now for the update. Hello everyone, I'm back with an update. First, I wanted to thank all of the people who commented and shared some of their experiences with me. I really appreciate it. Today was amazing. I celebrated Christmas with my family, my parents, and a little brother. My parents cooked the best food, so I ate well after not having an appetite for a few days. It was wonderful. As for my parents' agreement about the gift, we agreed on something. I'll gift the PS5 and games to my brother. My parents bought an Oculus for my brother's new PS5 and other accessories for the console. When the time came for the presents, I was shocked to learn that my brother got me an expensive gift. He got me some makeup from Sephora and a gift card. My parents then informed me that my brother was saving for my gift since the beginning of the year. I cried. I literally started bawling my eyes out and I gave him a big hug. My baby. I thanked him a lot for the gift and said that I loved it. When he opened my parents' present, he was really confused and stated that he doesn't have a PS5 for this Oculus. I told him to open my gift, and when he opened it, he started crying and immediately hugged me. I don't know what came over me, and I started crying with him. I really love my brother. He's a sweet little boy and a good-behaved kid. He's 12, by the way. That's why he deserved every gift he got. It was expensive, yes, but it was worth every penny to see him happy. After we all opened our gifts, I helped him set up the PS5 in his room and played some games together. Suddenly, he tells me that he loves me and I'm the best big sister in the world. For the third time, I started crying, probably because I'm on my period and my hormones are not making it any better. So yeah, there you have it. I had the best Christmas with my family, and seeing my brother so happy was worth the heartbreak I went through. As for my garbage ex, he's still making new accounts on Instagram to apologize. I told him to buzz off, and I know that he's only apologizing because he wants the PS5, not because he's feeling guilty. I mentioned that I gave it to someone who deserves it way more than he does, and he started cursing at me, and I said if he didn't leave me alone, I'll report him to the police for harassment. He stopped after that, and I never heard from him ever since. So that's all for the update. Happy holidays, everyone. This is the most wholesome post I have read in a while. I'm glad that you decided to make your brother happy by gifting him PS5. You sound like a lovely person and I wish you all the happiness. Merry Christmas! I read the first one and was so happy she told him she got him the PS5 but he wouldn't get it. As someone with an ex like hers, it made my Christmas, lol. Her little brother getting it and being so grateful made a post even more sweet. I love that her little bro got it. What a sweet kid in a sweet moment. My sister and I aren't far apart in age, but one time I made her cry on my birthday because I got her a gift. She never does anything for herself. She's so selfless and generous. Everything she does is for someone else, and it was something I knew she'd wanted for a long time. She opened it, went, "Why are you giving me a present on your birthday?" And I said I just wanted her to have it. She's not a sappy person, but she cried. Haha. It's the best feeling surprising someone who's actually grateful and deserves it. I love how they played games together. So glad OP had her family to celebrate with and support her after leaving that loser. Gave it to a little man in your life that matters. Someone who is definitely gonna be there for you. You must have been so happy watching him open this. Yep, I was really happy. Love to see this update. All day Reddit has been filled with sad posts of people's families screwing them over today in Christmas. It's nice to see a happy update like this. I have been reading some of it, which literally shocked me. But when I think about it, I would have been one of them if I didn't find out about my ex's cheating. Next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my female 25 boyfriend male 30 he isn't welcome to live with me? For context, we have been together approaching 4 years but have always lived separate. I live in my home with my daughter and he lives with his parents. He stays with me the majority of the time and has done for years with no financial contribution. Around 18 months ago, I bought a new larger property solo, which was very much a doer-upper and I've invested a lot of time and money in. It is now around 75% complete, with progression weekly. In the time, my boyfriend has constantly made negative comments regarding my home, and in a previous argument, he had told me he didn't know why I was proud of the work I have done to my home, because it isn't finished and you wouldn't celebrate before you won the race. Also, that it is the worst-looking property in the street, and that I should be embarrassed at it, and at the pace I'm completing the work. He also often makes comments about how he doesn't like certain things in my home, and that if he had his own home, he would have different. Yesterday, he brought moving in together full-time up in conversation. I mentioned what he had previously said around my home, and he thought I was over those comments. Personally, I think it's best he gets his own home. Maybe when he pays for everything single-handed alongside working full-time, he may have more appreciation and respect for my home. And the fact I have to save for works, as they are expensive. So, am I the a-hole for not wanting him to move in? Now for the top comments before the mini update. Not the a-hole. I also would dump him. You've been together for 4 years. He's in his 30s. No ring, unless you don't want one. He lives with his parents and then has the audacity to say if I owned a home I'd do it this way? Well, sir, you don't own a home, and you live with your parents. He has the audacity to talk to you like that in your own home that your daughter also lives in. You don't want your daughter thinking that a man talking like that to an independent mother is okay. You're at a point where you need to ask yourself where you want this relationship to go. Because he sounds like a lazy POS. OP should try to read her own post as if it's that of a stranger, and then ask herself whether it sounds like the author is someone who is in a great relationship. Spoiler alert, it does not. I mean, just being here is the OP recognizing things aren't great. Telling them it's not great is just beating a dead horse. Maybe we should focus on telling her that she deserves better. She clearly works hard. She's pretty stable financially. What does she want with a 30-year-old that failed to fly the nest? Looking for a surrogate mommy that put out? Not the a-hole. I wouldn't want that negativity at all. You are 25, own your own home, and are successful raising a child. Why surround yourself with someone who tears you down to feel better about his sorry butt? That's technically living at home with parents, but is, in reality, living off your good graces. If you'd like, post before and after pictures of what you've done so we can cheer you on. Please think about the message you're sending to your daughter regarding how she should allow herself to be treated and talked to. How my daughter views my relationships is constantly in the back of my mind. I never want to see her, and hope she never does, settle for less. Thankfully, none of these comments have been said in front of her. Normally when she's at school, her dad's are asleep. Regarding the works done, I've been trying to think of the top of my head. I've had a full electrical rewire, new heating system, new bathroom, new kitchen, new porch extension, new floorboards, new flooring, full replaster, fully redecorated. A lot of disruptive work to say the least. He's so jealous of you. Do not let him live with you. Edit/mini update. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who took your time to comment and wish you all a happy new year. I really didn't expect my post to receive so much traction. I've tried to read through nearly every comment, and a lot of you references to jealousy. Being a hater and reaping the rewards of my hard work ring true, unfortunately. It is insane to get more support from strangers and for people I don't know to be happy for me. I've had a lot of questions around what is the goal if it's not to live together. The goal for me was always to live together, but I cannot allow someone with zero respect or appreciation to be here. It is my daughter's space too, and all of the work, sleepless nights, and stress that have gone into this property is all for her. I have also been moved out of my parents for 5 years into my own space, so giving that up is a massive deal. He doesn't have any children, so not sure he gets it. For everyone stating they would love their own home, they would love to do all the work. It is possible, and I believe in every single one of you. As for my boyfriend, he has not reached out since I mentioned he needs to do it alone to appreciate the work. Not even to wish me a happy new year, but who needs him? I've got this. Last story. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend after he gave me a crappy Christmas present? I, female 28, broke up with my boyfriend, male 38, on Christmas Day after we exchanged gifts. I have a lot going on. I'm moving houses, and I'm dealing with a new job position that has me feeling that I have a lot to catch up to from the past director. I set my alarm very early in the morning last week and took the time to buy him and his daughter, female 16, presents that they could enjoy. To be fair, there was an income gap between us, but even a pair of affordable earrings could have made me feel happy. Because the house is a mess, I even closed off the living room with curtains so that the stack of boxes and things wouldn't make the Christmas decorations look ugly. I made sure the tree looked nice, I bought the food that he likes, and I made myself pretty for him. He arrived, and the first thing he did was to make fun of my makeup. He also made fun of my Santa hat. He laughed like I'm some ridiculous cartoon. We ate and talked, and I gave him my presents, AirPods, which I loved to the point of posting on Instagram. His daughter got her present, Hot Topic stuff, and I was very glad that she loved it. He took her back to her mom's house and didn't get back in an hour like I said. That's their Christmas arrangement. We were supposed to spend time together, but he came back about 3 hours later because his mother had visitors and he wanted to catch up. He sat watching TV and gave me zero affection. He gave me his present, which, to be honest, I would have preferred not to get anything. I'm not a drinker, but he got me a small wine bottle that I've seen marked at $3 to $5 at a 7-Eleven. I know it wasn't at my best because he said my face changed. He has a job. He could have gotten something actually thinking of me. I felt horrible when he said he would have given me an IOU and that the rest of my present was in his pants. I ignorantly thought it was some game. Maybe he hid a small gift inside his pants? Nope. I was supposed to take his boy parts as a gift. I was furious. It was cheap, and while I'm very sexual, it wasn't sexy. It felt vulgar. I asked him to leave and thanked him for giving me the worst Christmas and took back my present. I cried when he left, and when he texted me if I was okay, I broke up with him and blocked him. His siblings have been trying to reach me, but I've blocked them all. One of them accused me of being materialistic and shallow, and also said that not everyone has a fancy job and that I'm unfair for expecting a certain level of gifting. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. I'm sorry, but he doesn't even like you. He just likes what you do for him. 100%. One day you'll meet someone who never makes you second-guess yourself and your efforts, and you'll wonder why you ever spent time in such a loser. Not the a-hole. I don't even think this is about the gift. It's about his lack of respect for you. He insulted how you looked. He doesn't respect your time. He doesn't care enough to be thoughtful for you. He was vulgar and immature towards you. When people say it's the thought that counts, this is what it means. He put no thought, effort, or consideration into Opie. He got some crap on the way between his exes and OPs. Exactly. I'd take a $10 plant over fancy jewelry any day because anyone that knows me can see I love plants and rarely wear jewelry. Not the a-hole. Sounds like you definitely did the right thing. Just don't let this schlub talk you into taking him back. I tell his mother what his Christmas present was and ask her if she raised him to be this disgusting and disrespectful. That a $3 gift would have been absolutely fine if they'd put any thought into it whatsoever. And that it's bad manners to make someone wait for you on Christmas Day for 3 hours because they can't be bothered to send a text. Throw the whole man away. His mama ain't finished raising him yet. My boyfriend got me a $3 gift. They were Squishmallow earrings in clearance and I love them. It's not about the money. I mean, geez, there's good stuff at gas stations too, if that's the only option. Candy, headphones, cute lighters, Pringles, goldfish, crackers, maybe DVDs and magazines, cup noodles and ice cream. He could have loaded her up with all the stuff needed for a fun junk food-filled retreat. Or maybe picked up an extra phone charger that she needed. Wine is fine if you like wine.